Welcome back to another episode of Seduce Me. I can't wait to find out what happens today. Come along and play with me. I couldn't believe it. Incubi. Real. It all spun around my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again, reminding my body of the touch the incubi lips left against mine. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me, and my eyelids unwillingly opened. Where? I awoke to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was Mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room. Oh wait, I lived at my grandfather's house now. Of course it'd be unfamiliar. I rubbed my eyes and surveyed my surroundings. I was still in the clothes I arrived in the house in, but I was lying in a silk-covered bed. I remembered coming in the afternoon, so why was it nighttime already? Suppressing a yawn, I stretched my arms. Maybe I should order some food for delivery. I was feeling pretty hungry. I was about to sit up, and I realized I wasn't alone.
You're awake.
Huh? Gah! Since when was he standing there? And who the heck was he? A guy in my bedroom. Did we? There's no way. Sorry. I think I was saying my thoughts out loud. Why was I apologizing to a stranger who had only said 2 words since I woke up? Wait. He looked eerily familiar. Then it all came back to me. Incubus. He was an incubus. He and his brothers came here for refuge, and 2 of them kissed me, and then I fainted, and that's how things came to this. Oh! He was leaning against the far wall, looking at me. My heart began to race as I thought of the endless list of possibilities this situation brought me. I hated the thought of being under an incubus's power, especially in a bedroom. I took a deep breath, and I was sure if any of them wanted to take advantage of me, they probably would have already. Yeah, I'm awake now.
That's good.
I saw a small form of a smile on his face, which made me blush a little bit. Why, though? One thing concerned me, though.
I'm not going to use my powers on you.
Huh? How?
I can read minds. It's an ability I was born with. Each of us has a different ability, outside of our usual mind-altering powers.
Great. Even more surprises. I grew even more worried about the situation I was in. I see. How long have I been asleep?
For a few hours. It's already gotten quite dark outside.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, well, where are the others?
My brothers are downstairs, cleaning up the blood from the lobby floor. And making you dinner as an apology.
Oh, okay. That's unexpectedly sweet.
Oh, it's the least we can do after invading your home, and 2 of us using our powers on you.
You've got a point. Right, I had forgotten about that. Still irked me that they had practically taken advantage of me at that point. Even if they were demons, it was pretty rude to demonstrate their powers by kissing me. I wasn't some kind of human plaything. All this seemed pretty unreal, like it was something out of a romance novel that Naomi sometimes reads. I wish I could have just went back to sleep and forgotten all about this. Maybe I should have just called the police on them. Then I never would have landed myself into this situation.
Do you feel well enough to get out of bed?
Yeah, I think so. Whoa!
Trust me, I won't let you go.
I'm not so sure about this.
I promise.
Okay. I trust you?
Good.
I was speechless. He was carrying me as if I weighed nothing. He was so strong.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
I decided to close my mouth for the time being so that I wouldn't weird him out or make things more awkward than they already were. But he didn't seem to mind carrying me or listen to me talk, so at least things weren't too strange. Damien seemed very quiet and calm about everything, especially with the situation we were in. However, there was a sort of longing in his eyes when he looked at me that wasn't lustful. It was more in admiration. Once we reached the lobby, I decided I felt well enough to walk on my own. As strong as he was, it was like he was carrying nothing. I didn't want to make him carry me everywhere. Yeah, that would be mortifying. Thanks for carrying me, but I think I could walk on by myself now. Not saying I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it. Not in a weird way, of course. Not like I get carried around all the time. What I'm trying to say is that it's really nice of you to do that. I started to fumble over my words again. Real smooth, Kitty. Real smooth.
It's no problem. I'll be heading to the dining room then.
Alright. See ya. He gently lowered me to the ground before he walked off quietly, disappearing into the shadows of the dark lobby.
Oh, hi!
Suddenly a boy who looked around my age, or possibly younger, bounced up to me. He looked vaguely familiar. Oh, wait. You're Matthew, right?
Mm-hmm, that's me. Are you feeling any better now? We were all worried when you suddenly passed out.
I'm fine.
Really? Your face is kind of red. Do you feel sick?
No, I'm fine. I'm sure of it. I must have been blushing when Damien was carrying me downstairs. Ugh, how embarrassing.
Well, if you say so. I hope Sam and Eric didn't make you upset.
It's okay. After all, I did hit Sam after what he did. And about Eric, I just wanted you guys to prove to me that you are what you were saying. I suppose incubi are real, then. I wonder how exactly I got myself into this mess. First my grandfather, then a fight with my father, blowing up at Lizette, and now this. I'm certainly had a knack at getting myself into sticky situations.
Oh, I have an idea.
He shoved his hands into his pockets, and with a cheery grin on his face...
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Is he trying to do a magic trick?
Ta-da!
What is that exactly? He smiled as if to wave it off, but when it opened his eyes and saw what he was holding, his face froze in shock.
Wait a second. What did I just make? This is...
What he produced from his pocket was a creepy-looking doll.
Oh, what is that?
I'm not sure. His face paled considerably, and he dropped it to the floor, scooting away from it frantically.
Get it away from me! You might be possessed by a demon or something!
Funny coming from you. But isn't he a demon himself?
That's not what I wanted to make! I just wanted to surprise you with a stuffed animal or just something to cheer you up. That looks like it came straight out of a horror movie.
He slumped his shoulders and looked down at his feet. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to look so dejected. I mean, it's certainly unique. I'll give it back to you.
I appreciate the thought, but no thanks.
Well, I don't want it. That's too bad. Are you sure? I picked up the doll and waved it around at him. It was funny teasing him.
Help! It's gonna kill me!
Alright, I'll stop.
Anyway, I'm heading back to help out with the food. You can come over if you're hungry.
I think I'll go with you then. Oh, something smells good. My stomach rumbled in agreement. I was starving.
Oh, the girl's awake.
Excuse me, I have a name, you know.
Should we really care?
Sam, I will roast that tongue for dinner if it doesn't stop flapping in that idiotic mouth of yours.
Shh. Whatever.
I apologize for his attitude.
That's fine.
Good. I hope you'll enjoy the meal we prepared for you.
Meal? For a second, my mind didn't understand what James meant. Maybe it was the doll getting into my head and distracting me. Oh, that's right. Damien and Matthew mentioned they were making dinner as an apology. Oh, wait, you didn't have to.
We insist. Besides, it's quite impossible to undo our cooking, even if you command us to.
Alright, well, thank you. Matthew put down the last of the plates on the table and bowed a bit exaggerated to me, gesturing to the table in a sweeping motion.
Ah, there we go. Dinner's all served.
The table is filled with various foods from an eclectic selection of cuisines. One portion of the table is filled with elegantly plated Asian foods, another was with some yummy-looking desserts. And there were way more plates than I could have possibly imagined. Whoa, that's a lot of food, and it looks so good.
We hope you enjoy it, my sweet.
What? Sweet? Me?
That's enough, Eric.
You're no fun, James.
I don't need to be fun, Eric. Miss, please follow me.
Will do. I didn't know it came over me, whether it was his politeness or maybe his power, but I couldn't help but take his offered arm. James even seemed very kind and intelligent, but aside from that, there was something that really set him apart from his brothers. Not to mention, he didn't really seem to hold much of an appreciation for them.
Miss, I have to ask, why do you live alone?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
I'm all ears if you wish to tell.
To put it briefly, I just moved here today.
That explains the luggage you brought in when you came through the front doors. By the way, we put your belongings in the room you were sleeping in. That seems to be the master bedroom, I believe.
Thanks. The house is really big. I don't even think I've explored the entirety of the estate when I was a child.
You lived here before?
No. Truth be told, this is my grandfather's house. I used to visit him all the time when I was younger.
May I ask why you now live in your grandfather's house?
He actually passed away yesterday. It was bequeathed to me in his will, and I was sent to live here, whether I liked it or not.
My condolences. It seems like you don't like the idea of living here.
It's not that I don't like the house or I just don't have fond memories of being here. It's just the implications that come with staying in the States. It's kind of complicated to explain.
How do you feel about it?
I certainly wasn't expecting that question, but in a good way. It was different from what I've heard the entire day at school. I appreciated the fact that he was willing to listen to me. I felt angry, sad, scared, and confused. It's hard picking out the different emotions that I'm feeling right now. I just wish I was stronger.
You don't have to be strong.
What do you mean?
I understand that you're going through a difficult time, so it's okay to feel those emotions. You don't have to be strong at all.
Thank you.
Are you alright? There seems to be a small bruise on your cheek.
Oh. He caught me off guard with that comment. I thought no one would have noticed something as small as that. I'm fine. He stopped and leaned in close. A bit too close for comfort. Or maybe it was just me, inspecting my face. He was really quite tall, having to bend over so much just to look me straight in the face. It was hard to look at him, especially when he was so close. After a few seconds, he straightened up and began walking again.
Well, if you're having any problems, I'm always here to listen.
That's really kind of you to offer that.
My pleasure. Here's your seat.
Let me get your chair for you, lovely lady.
He's just, Eric. Eric was very charming, and his smile pulled at my heart. The way you kept flirting with me definitely designated him as the charmer of the demons. Yet there was a little distance in his eyes.
By the way, I apologize for my behavior earlier. Stealing your second kiss like that.
Huh? Oh, yeah. When I didn't believe that they were in Kumbar. It's fine, I guess. I mean, you just didn't get up and grab a kiss for no reason.
I'm not as forward, unlike Sam.
Suddenly, Eric leaned in and whispered in my ear.
I won't lie, though. I enjoyed kissing you and feeling you melt in my arms.
I was torn between smacking him and trying to play it cool. Be cool. You sure are quite the charmer.
Yes, I am known for that.
Thought so. As much as I do appreciate the constant compliments, you don't have to keep talking to me like that.
Like what?
He batted his eyelids as if he had no idea what I was talking about, and I couldn't help but laugh. Well, it's like you're trying to get into my pants half the time.
I can assure you, I'm just a lover of beautiful women.
Something tells me there is just a little bit more to it than that. For a moment he looked away, losing a bit of his smile. Before I could question it, though, he turned back at me with a new teasing smile.
Did you want there to be more?
I didn't want to hit him, but I didn't know how to react, so I couldn't look at him. He merely chuckled again in my ear.
Sorry. You just look so cute when you're blushing.
I felt my face heat up simply from his words. Then I felt Eric take my hand and kiss it gently.
I hope you'll enjoy dinner, however, my dear.
I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food that they made. Seeing my expression, Eric leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing to all the dishes, with a dramatic sweep of his arm.
I made almost all of the dishes myself.
Humorous enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression as if he was betrayed. His face changed instantly, of that of a frown.
And I'm the Queen of the Nile.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me, you, and James did the work together, dummy.
It's you, James, and I, Matthew.
Little boys will always make mistakes.
Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for siding with Eric, and he annoyedly swiveled back to Eric to confront him.
I'm not a little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you.
Well, you certainly don't act like it.
I really couldn't help but laugh. Matthew seemed like such a little kid. He was adorable. However, I couldn't help but feel like in a way he was much more mature than the others. Especially Eric.
Huh? Is something funny?
No, nothing at all. Thank you for the meal, all of you.
Oh. You're welcome, miss.
Such a well-mannered young lady. Beautiful inside and out.
Eric, knock it off!
In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked up his head and glared at Eric.
Seriously, you're getting really annoying with that suck-up act.
It was obvious that Sam was the bad boy of the group. He had this big, tough act, and it was obvious that he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys. But was there more to him than that?
I'm just trying to be a gentleman. The young girl has already gone through so much. She deserves a good treatment.
There's a difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious flirt.
Schooled even by James. You're gonna need some cold water for that burn.
Nice, Matthew, nice.
By the way, I don't believe we caught your name even though you know each of us.
Ah, well, I'm Kitty. Kitty has claws. Meow, bitch.
It's a pleasure to finally know your name.
Yeah, that's a nice name.
Darn right it is. They were all comfortable around me, despite the awkward situation we were in. It was as if it was natural for them to be around humans. I guess that's just how the incubi worked. But I was so curious about one thing. Excuse me. All the once they looked at me. I didn't know why, but having them all look at me made me feel kind of important. Like a queen or something.
What is it, miss?
I wanted to thank you for the food, but I still want to know why you all came here. I feel like I don't quite understand. Understand? Yeah, that's like being told that a bunch of incubi randomly appearing in your house is perfectly understandable.
Oh, How do we explain?
We were attacked. We came here to heal. What's so difficult to understand?
Now you're just being rude, Sam.
Whew.
I'm just saying, how is that difficult to understand?
No, I mean, what specifically happened?
Well, you see, we've been traveling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, but we were jumped by this band of misfits. So, in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologize for the mess we made.
It's fine, I guess. But you're all better now, right?
Yup, all thanks to you.
Huh? Me?
You see, beautiful, we feed on sexual energy. But we don't just get it from kissing lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know.
I was still in shock about their powers. It just wasn't kisses that gave them power, it was anything physical. No wonder I was out of it for a while. These incubi intrigued me, but at the same time, I could almost hear a warning siren go off in my head.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
Well, what do you all plan to do
Yeah,
now?
what are we gonna do now, James?
That is a very good question. We just got here and surely we'll be hunted again if we leave.
We can take him easily.
Not without more training, Sam. The result of that was clearly evident in our last encounter with them.
At the moment, I didn't know what came over me, but I suddenly felt sorry for them. They couldn't possibly survive out there, and if they didn't know it was illegal to break into people's homes, they probably didn't know a bunch of other stuff. And they would probably cause chaos all over the town. Or on the flip side, they would be taken in for questioning and be poked and prodded like lab frogs for research, and that would be even worse. But most of all, they reminded me of back then. Wow, today's episode was crazy. Who would have thought that would have happened to us? Make sure you join us tomorrow. We have a lot more fun planned.